If you go on my app, Amazon, you get anything you want for your girl, your mama, your kids, whoever.
I mean, this boy can't sit around in the house all day playing app.
Dad.
Your app has been stealing quality time, so we've been watching you and this company.
Quality time will lay it on me, man, because all I hear is great news about my Amazon app.
Tonight, life as you know it will forever be changed.
What you mean by that?
Hey, nice of you to join us.
Hey, I've been kidnapped.
Calm down. If you must know, you're at Santa's Magical Resort. Where did you think you were?
There is no easy diagnosis here. Our best guess is that he has some form of Klein-Levin syndrome.
Klein what?
It's also known as Sleeping Beauty syndrome.
You have commercialized and then stole the Christmas spirit.
Don't you want to go home? Don't you want to be with your family? I mean, it is Christmas Eve.
Just be present for your family. Love is presence, not just presents.
Listening to the Not So Christian in Me show, starring Southern Girl.
Hello. Welcome to the Not So Christian to Me show live. That was the trailer for the Netflix hit movie, The App That Sold Christmas. And on today's show, we have the pleasure in having the creators of that movie, and they're set to start the production of its Christmas 2021 trilogy, The Drone That Saved Christmas. Please help me welcome the co-writer and director, Miss Miriam Bavly, and co-writer and producer, Peter John, aka JQ the Legend, is in the building. Let me get them on. Wait, where they are? Here they go.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
It's so great to be here. Thanks for having us.
No problem. I'm glad that you guys were able to
that
come
was so
on
fun
today.
to watch the trailer of that movie. I haven't seen it it feels like forever since we've seen that.
Now, let's backtrack before we start talking about the trilogy. How did everything turn? I mean, how did you guys even create the app that stole Christmas? Let's talk about that.
It was I think it was a crazy beginning. Someone brought us the idea of, you guys should put your music into movies. And we're like, well, yeah, we could do that. And Peter has a background in writing. I have a background in writing. And we just, we started writing this movie based on some, ideas that we had and other people, shared with us. And we just went. I mean, it was amazing. We had such an amazing, the film, the movie just did so well on Netflix. We're so excited about it. But we started it just from zero, really. We just had this idea and it just blossomed.
What about you, Peter? Did you think that this movie was going to be such a hit on Netflix?
It's hard to predict what a movie's going to do because there's so many things that's flopped that producers and studios and writers has put a lot of money and effort into.
Yeah.
But the message that Christmas is about presence, not presence, and goodness, giving goodness to each other's quality time.
Yeah.
We knew just from our backgrounds outside of law and management consultant, Miriam is trained to talk to business and to help to optimize the human capital in a business with her Harvard background. And I'm trained to talk to audiences to tell a story. Okay. So when you put those two things together, we were able to come up with hooks. And although we acquired a script from an individual who had a different concept, what we did to it was basically strip the roof off of the building, take out all of the walls, strip it down to the bare bones, and then we rebuilt a brand new, fresh development in a space that we felt was more faith adjacent and with messages that's going to last. So I'm not surprised that the messages resonate, but to do near
Yeah.
20 million streams, that is a surprise to us. But we believe that the message and the intellectual property will last for a long time because of the nature of it being technology forward. So part of it was a surprise, the numbers, but the fact that the messages, the hook would resonate, I think that's well within the wheelhouse of what Miriam did before music and movies and what I did as a trial lawyer before music and movies. We know how to write a hook.
Yeah.
So the foundation of Breakout Music is pretty much the production company started with the music aspect of it, and then then you guys added on the film.
Yes,
Correct.
exactly.
Tell us about
Yes.
Breakout Music production.
Yeah, so we started Breakout Music in March 2019, was it?
Okay.
2019. So we're only a couple years old.
19,
And we
yes.
started in music, hip hop, trap, pop music. And then we, started to write movies. And, this is, and we all, Jake the Legends and some of our other artists' music is in the app that stole Christmas. So we did the whole soundtrack for the movie. So it's a great way to leverage our music, basically.
Right.
Netflix
Putting
is
both
basically distributing our music for us. So it's amazing.
Because Netflix was already in the picture at the beginning before the film part? Or
Oh, no, not at all. No.
Oh, wow.
No.
So how did that come about?
We
How
have
did
to go
Netflix
through
get
the
involved?
process.
Okay. Tell us
We
about
have to
the
go through the
process.
process that every other
Independent movie maker makes. Yeah, it was challenging. We not only wrote the movie, produced the movie, we edited the movie, we sold the movie. It was everything was on our shoulders to bring this movie to Netflix. And we have some good friends in the business that helped us. I mean, we didn't know that going into it, but we've created some loyalty, which is great for us.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now, Miriam and JQ, how did you guys come together?
Yeah.
How did you guys?
Well, we met through work, and because I was in the entertainment business, he was an entertainment lawyer, and we just decided I was starting this company, and he, being that he is not only a lawyer, he was perfect for this company, but also a musician, artist, writer. So it was great. And we are an amazing writing team. It's incredible. Like, we didn't know how we write together, but we come together from totally opposites areas. He's a man, I'm a female. So he is sort of like the more techie kind of side. I'm the softer side. It comes together and it's just really magic. And we're so incredibly excited about The Drone That Saved Christmas. We just finished production. It was a marathon. It was amazing. We had an amazing cast, amazing crew. It was almost a dream come true for us.
Yes.
A lot of work. I don't think we slept. I think we averaged probably 3 or 4 hours a night because everything was on our shoulders.
Yes.
But
so tell us about the trilogy. How did that even come about?
Well, prior to starting the app that stole Christmas, I think we when the script was brought to us, the original concept, we had just finished. We just came back from France, from Cannes, France. Miriam had just directed a video there, and what we learned prior to that one, we did a video in New York, and prior to that one, we did a video in Los Angeles. Got a good 10, 12 videos under our belt over the last decade or so before we came together as a writing team and co-workers.
Okay.
And we learned that people want to understand artistry. They want to understand where you're coming from. Are you telling a story like Whitney Houston tells a story, or are you telling a story like Alicia Keys or DMX, or, God rest his soul, or whatever happens with him soon. We're praying for him. Or you're telling a story like Jay-Z or Pharrell or whomever you like, Jhené Aiko. And you get a flavor, you get a sort of a brand, whether it's colors, whether it's thematic. We realize that whatever we're doing in terms of music or movies, people want to understand what they're going to get from the artist and from the artistry. So you know what you're going to get from Denzel generally. You know what you're going to get from from Will Smith. You get an idea whether it's and you know what you're going to get from Eddie Murphy. So we understood that we needed to have a niche. So the after doing the first film, the writing was so automatic for us that we decided that this story can't end. We're going to do a derivative, not quite a sequel, but definitely a derivative, because the ideas that are in the second one comes from our original ideas. We have about 85% original ideas in the new movie. In the app that stole Christmas, about 15% came from the script that we purchased. So as we move forward with the story, we looked at the elements that worked. We look at the actors and actresses who got their first big break, and that's what we want to do with our company, is to find talent that has not been displayed at this level. It could be someone who has been in the background, 50 credits, but has never had a lead role or a big role. We're looking for that because we're new at this as well. So we also want to create opportunities for people who need to have a bigger platform and who we know have the skill, may not have the level of, they may not be getting that big check and that A-class, A-list recognition, but we know they're solid. And so Netflix likes that. Netflix likes you to have a good roster of people who are solid and who are competent, but may not cost you as much. So it allows us to do it at a price point that allowed us to get an opportunity to break in. So once we understood the formula, we decided that we want to give the audience more. We want to do more pro-social, faith-adjacent message. So the app that stole Christmas became the drone that saved Christmas, because it extends the pro-social messages for another year. And next year's version is going to be another version of telling the same feel-good story in these times of COVID, these times of trouble. There is no limit to doing something that's going to make people feel good after struggling for a year with COVID, and how we struggle just to get to the end of the year and give our kids and our families Christmas gifts, and all the wonderful things that we do for Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, and all the things at the end of the year. We want to be a part of that tradition that families have every year. So we intend to do this year after year after year after year.
That's good.
We're planning to be making these types of products every year for the rest of our lives, as long as we're enjoying it. So the trilogy is just the beginning of this franchise. We're just in the infant stage of a franchise and a niche that we've identified that works for us.
That's awesome. And I'm glad to be a part of the beginning by interviewing you guys, So when you guys get your Oscars and stuff, I'm like, hey, remember me? I interviewed you guys.
Indeed.
Exactly.
It's a blessing. We thank you.
It is. It's definitely a
and
blessing.
I think what was so much fun, I think, for us as writers is when the actors are on set and they're like, I love the writing. This is so funny. I love this.
Yeah.
Of course, they make each character their own. And but that was just sort of a huge joy for us too.
Yes.
Now,
Miriam, speaking of characters, tell us about the cast in the drone that saved Christmas.
Oh, the cast was so much fun. We had Rodney Perry play the lead, Miguel Nunez, who was also in the app that stole Christmas.
Okay, we love Miguel.
So returning cast members.
We had 2 returning cast members.
Okay.
That we asked back, Miguel and Torekar. Torekar played if you saw the app, you will remember him from the security guard.
Okay.
He was so incredibly funny, and he played an amazing character in this new movie, a different character, not the security guard again. And we had Rashawn Ali, we had Wanda Smith, we had Special K, we had Miss Juicy Baby. We had so many amazing. I know I'm missing so many people. Our lead woman was someone who not well known, and she did an amazing job. And I'm trying to think who else was in the this past. We had so many great people. A lot of we had a Santa who plays Santa of the Ronald McDonald House in Kentucky and Indiana. He's well known in those areas. He was so excited to be in our movie.
That you guys are looking for talent that you would never hardly see on TV. So you getting those people. That's really good individuals, and I know they're so grateful for that opportunity.
Oh my gosh, we're so happy to have
people those
opportunities.
And for you guys to give those opportunities to people, it's just blessing your production company. God has really put his hands on your production company when you do stuff like that, when you help others. like that. So I pray that God will continue to flourish your platform and you guys just, go higher and
Because
higher
there
throughout the
are so
years.
many amazing actors and comedians who are
Yes.
not, in all these high budget movies. I mean, it
Yeah.
was amazing how talented this group, this ensemble group
Yeah.
was. We were so excited. And you could tell just, we had a couple of Zoom reads through for the
Hmm.
cast, and
Okay.
you could just tell from the first read through that this was a cast that was at a very high level.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the pipeline, and particularly with COVID,
Hmm.
it was not. It was a bit more expensive than we planned to shoot in a
Mm.
COVID bubble because we had to test every 3 days,
Oh
um,
yeah.
or every 2 days. We were doing tests, and but some of the actors, once we signed them, they said, "This is my first film
Hmm.
of the year after COVID vaccine started to go out," and we felt that it was important to be a part of this history where we're trying to find what the new norm is and keep people safe. So after about 5 different COVID tests over 12 days, no one was COVID positive,
That's good. That's
and
good.
we were able to give an opportunity that is going to resonate the rest of the year, because once we start promoting in August throughout the fall quarter, um, this whole thing is going to come back again and have a new energy. So finding people who we felt are in the same position as we are. We're new. We're new at
Yeah.
filmmaking. We're not new at success.
Hmm.
We've been both very, very successful in our
Successful.
careers.
Yes.
However, we're new at filmmaking. And
Hmm.
there's a lot when you level up like this in terms of a new discipline. It's a fresh challenge, but recognizing that people have been grinding, doing what they're doing to be professionals. We knew what that looked like and what it felt like. And when
Hmm.
we looked
Hmm.
at audition tapes where people express that they love the business, they've been working hard, they've been on the grind for a long time, they come from theater or television or film, we knew what to look for. We were definitely looking for people who have a body of work that is credible, but may have not had the bigger role, and that's what we wanted to do for them. So there's a lot of first. We had some young actresses, 8 years old. Some of them are 9, who've never been in a movie before and
Mm.
have been taking classes, and people who have never been the actual lead in the production. They've been assistants, or they've been assistant to assistant. So we elevated people because that's what the energy that we want to put into the universe is the type of energy that honors and respects talent, not just on on the name and on the buzz and the hype, but more so on the soul and the energy that the people bring to us.
Right.
So we were blessed to have that, and we're blessed to get that kind of energy back from Netflix and the other 4 networks that gave us an offer on the first film. Netflix wasn't the only offer we had,
Okay.
but we felt that we were blessed because people saw that we were new, we were fresh, and we were hard working, and we paid attention to, to give a message that is going to resonate long term. So that's what we want to have in our cast and crew, and that's what we're going to bring to the networks, is something fresh that has a lot of goodness baked into it.
Right.
Are there other networks that you guys are looking forward to working with in the near future? Go ahead and speak it into existence on the Not So Christian and Me show.
We are open to any place that is going to treat us fairly and give us a real opportunity to continue our slate. There are 6 films in the bag where the concepts are done, the scripts are into a state where we can easily give you the first 10 page and say, here's what it is with an NDA. And so we're looking long term. We're not looking for a one-off. We're looking for a long-term situation as the content creators. Yes, our music is featured in our film, but our films are authentic, campy, pro-social, faith-adjacent works that's going to stand the test of time, because our messages are about human goodness, period. So whatever the critics say about it, they can say, oh, look at these guys, or this or that. But when you break down what our messages are, we're not killing people, we're not murdering people, we're not drinking blood, we're not doing anything that's divisive and negative. We're trying to make people laugh, smile, and help people support each other and give them a positive message. So we believe that will last the test of time.
Yes, it
so
will.
we're interested in a network that's going to give us that platform to add to the voices of uplifting and something very spiritual, in its intention. So we don't care where that is, just as long as they are serious about us as we're serious about as our art.
Yes,
We're
and I
happy to make
love
movies where families can watch together, and that's
right. And I was just getting ready to say that because when I watched the Out That Soul Christmas, my whole family came together and we watched because we wanted to watch a Christmas movie and it was perfect. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, let's watch this movie, and it was a good movie for the whole family, and that's what it's
Yeah.
all about. Like you're saying, caring for one another and just loving on your family members, coming together, and just spending
Yes.
quality time with each other. And I know
Yes.
during the pandemic when we had the quarantine and stuff, that was the perfect time to get the family together to watch the Out That Soul Christmas. And that's one of the
That's right.
times when we sat down as a family and watched the movie. And so you guys did a good job. And I know JQ made a little cameo in there at the beginning. At the
Oh,
beginning,
for sure.
I saw
No, he
you
was in
make a
there
little
more than
cameo.
just the beginning. He was throughout.
In there, he's
He was
sprinkled through
throughout.
there.
He was
Through
sprinkled
there.
throughout. Yeah, for sure.
So I didn't know you
Yeah.
act, JQ. I knew that you was a musician, but I didn't know you act here and there, huh?
Well, and no one knew Miriam was a writer and a director, but after over 10 music videos around the world, of course she can direct a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you add up the time for 10 music videos, you're almost at the length of more than the length of a feature film. So we just took the skills that we've already developed and scaled it up. So, 20 years in the courtroom as a trial lawyer, I'm acting. I'm sitting in front of a podium, in front of a judge, in front of a court reporter, in front of a jury, in front of a witness. And whatever story I'm telling, I have to figure out a way to tell the story that it appeals to middle America. That is what writing is, and that is what acting is. So,
yes.
The rest of
you're
it
an
is
amazing.
courage.
He's such a good actor. He would
So
on set,
natural.
yeah, it's totally natural. I mean, it's crazy because he would do one take of a shot, and I'd be like, "Hey, cut, we're done." And you're like, "What? You're gonna cut that out of the whole movie?" I'm like, "No, it was so good. And we don't need to do it again."
No. Yeah, the butterflies are always there, and the uncertainty is always there, and the insecurity is always there. But I remember when I was going out to film the App That Stole Christmas, I have to be mindful to be as humble as I possibly can, and to be as to be open and ask seasoned actors and different people that we hired in the last movie for, tell me some of what you know, or what do you think about this, and how can I do this better? This film, I didn't do it because I didn't need to extend myself beyond, because now I have a track record. But in the first film, I was very mindful and very careful to reach out to people and to be in a space where I can be taught and can be blessed with what others knew. But the second film, I was more comfortable, and Miriam encouraged that you don't have to go in there and make everybody else feel, that they're in a position of having to carry us. And she didn't need to go in as a director and make, seasoned actors who's been in the game 30 years feel like they have to direct for her. This time we went in and we put our Harvard and our trial lawyer foot down and said, this is our movie. We wrote it. We produced it. We directed it. We funded it. And I did my best as the trial lawyer that I've always been. And she did her best as the management consultant that she's always been, Harvard educated. And we stood on our creativity and our business acumen. So we're delivering something this time that we stepped out with the mindfulness and the spirituality of confidence, without having to be in a space of appearing to be insecure. When we're not insecure, we're very, very confident and have a lot of faith in our partnership. And we were happy to be able to do this one ourselves from start to finish. The other film was our freshman project. We were learning, we were open, we were given, and we had to go through a lot to earn our ability to do it our way. So now that we've done the drone that saved Christmas, it's a much bigger story. What's different from the App That Stole Christmas and the drone? The App That Stole Christmas is very urban, it's funny, it's faith adjacent, The actors were incredible all the way throughout. They were gracious to us. But the drone, we had more of a, this is what we want, and we want to make sure the world is involved in this story. India,
Yes.
What
Okay.
other
Okay.
countries that you include in it, Miriam?
Puerto Rico is not a country, but
Mhm.
we had, I think we also had Bahamas as
Yeah,
well.
That's good.
Senegal, yeah.
Oh
places that we
wow.
knew needed a little bit of love because they've been through so
Yes.
much. Puerto
Right.
Rico suffered so
Yeah.
much under our previous
Right.
administration with their disaster. The Bahamas suffered so much. India every year with the
That's
tsunamis.
good.
Parts of Africa. We wanted to reach
Mhm.
out to the world and say, hey, we see you, and we
I love that.
know that whatever we have technology-wise is a very strong country with a lot of resources. We should share it with you, and that's one of the underlying messages of the drone that saved Christmas. Our entrepreneur felt that, and his dad felt that we've got to be people who are going to help the world. And without giving, I don't want to give too much of the story away, but
Mhm.
so we were very, very blessed to build on the previous film, but take it a little bit farther and push it a little bit harder to get, to pull the world in and to pull more
Absolutely.
people in, different
Yes.
races, different cultures.
Mhm.
Our diversity, Afro-American male, white female, our education backgrounds, our gender diversity, all of that we pulled together to try to make something that we can open up to more people and to a network that's going to really benefit from having a diversified film like this.
I mean, we're
Yes.
very proud. This is a Black-led film for sure, but it's
Mhm.
multi-ethnic, it's international, and we're just really
Yes.
proud of how this came out. I mean, it's all from the writing. That's how we wrote it.
Yes. And that's what
Yes,
America is all about. We're
yes.
bringing everybody together.
I'm so sorry about that. Netflix calls this category strong urban lead or strong black lead.
Mhm.
When they buy in this category, that's one of the sort of the boxes that this film can be put in terms of acquisition. And I believe they're not the only ones that do it. I think many of the networks, there should be something on a network for everyone. There really
Yeah.
should be. My
Mhm.
apologies. There should be something for everyone. And a big part of what we try to do is to make sure that we're writing something that has something for everyone.
Right. Absolutely. So what's next for Breakout Music and Film?
Well, we have another one. Well, we have a lot of music coming out.
Okay.
That's for
Okay.
sure. Some great, great music. JDQ, the legend, our other artist, Gigi Vega. We have amazing music coming out this summer. Not only that, we're in the middle of writing our next movie.
Indeed, yes.
We wrote this movie a year ago. It was finished.
Indeed, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Are
Yeah.
you guys having
So,
open auditions? Have you guys started your audition process for the next film?
oh no, not at all. That's
No,
not
yes.
not until we get closer to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that happens like a couple months in advance of the
Yeah.
Oh,
movie
okay.
going into
Okay.
production.
Okay. Now, how can my viewers find you guys on social media if they would like to collaborate with you guys? They would like to know more about our upcoming auditions and
For
so
music,
forth.
you mean? Or for
Yes, for
movies?
music, for movies, whatever you guys got going on. How can we, reach you guys?
Sure.
www.breakoutmusic.com. That is our website. That's www.breakoutmusic, all one word, breakoutmusic.com. And there's pages there that things can be submitted and it'll come to one of our company emails. And just being able to Google that in the media, you'll read when we're reaching out and doing casting calls. And we have a fine casting agent in Atlanta, Denise, that worked with us, and we plan to
She
work with
spells
her
her name the
again.
same way as yours.
Yes.
Indeed, indeed. So we're going to be in the media. There's going to be a national and probably an international promotion for this movie in the fall. But our website is the best way, and also on Instagram, Breakout Music Official at Breakout Music Official. Those are the ways. The app, the drone that saved Christmas, on Instagram as well. So that's there, and so those are the typical ways: Facebook, Instagram, and our website.
Okay, okay, great. Well, I want to thank you guys again for being my special guest. It has been an honor and a privilege to have you guys on my platform, and I pray that God will continue to bless you guys
Thank you, you too.
abundantly. Whatever you guys do in the near future, please keep me in the loop of it. I would love to support you guys as much
Absolutely,
as
we
I
will.
can. And
Yeah.
before I let you guys go, do you guys have any final thoughts that you would like to share before we go?
Yeah, my lighting tech is not good because I'm in the vehicle and it's getting dark. So I'm actually using the
I
visor
was wondering. I'm
light.
like, he's getting a little dark over there.
Yeah, the visor light I'm using as my key light. So,
All of a
but
sudden, it got really, really dark too.
yeah,
It's like within like 10 seconds.
yeah, it's
Right.
really dark out here. But we appreciate it. We've got a new
Mhm.
video that is coming out on April 8th that we shot in
Okay.
New Orleans in February. It's sort of a tourism video for one of our really fun, upbeat tracks. It Could Be You. And then maybe in Ireland, maybe in Dubai, somewhere we're going to be shooting Be Mine video, which is our next song coming up, written by Joel James, who wrote Boot Up with LMA and produced
Okay.
by 1500 or Nothing, who's responsible for a lot of Bruno Mars and Beyonce and Ed Sheeran's work. So
Hmm.
1500, they're amazing production team. So we're on a good level of, you know, talent and quality that we're trying to always respect people's time and energy.
Yes.
And we just look for us. We'll be out there and we're quiet, but um, if you Google Breakout Music and JQ the Legend, we've done a lot in the last 2 years. And we just hope that we respect your audience's time and their need to feel entertained,
Hmm.
feel loved, feel together. That's going to always be the messages in our work. It's just going to be about the best human beings that we can be,
Mhm.
period. And that's what we're selling.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you for
guys
having
so
us.
much.
Appreciate
And you
it.
guys
It
enjoy
was
the
nice to
rest of
meet
your
you.
week. Nice to meet you guys too. Thank you. Thank you
Nice to
so
meet you. And
much.
thanks
Yeah,
for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh,
we
no
do.
problem. And you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys at the top.
That's right.
All right. I
Stay
want to thank
safe,
all
both of
my
you.
you too.
Okay. Bye
Thank
bye.
all. I want
It's the
huh?
journey. We love the journey. We don't need
Yes,
to be at the
yes,
top.
the
We
journey.
love the journey
Right. You
and
have
we
to
love
you have to
these
embrace
times
the
and these
journey.
intimate interviews. Yeah,
Yes, and you have to
yeah,
embrace
yeah.
those journeys because those journeys make you
Indeed, indeed.
stronger, and you appreciate
Yeah.
you appreciate it too in the long run. So I see you
This is
guys.
the
Like I said,
top
I
for
see you
us.
guys. Right.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'm glad to be at the top with you guys.
That's right. We're at the
All
top of
right.
your list, so this is the top for us. Thank you.
Yay! You heard it first
Thank
on the
you.
Not So Christian to Me show. All right. Thank you
Okay.
guys.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest
Thanks
of
for
your
having us.
weekend. All right.
Have
No
a good
problem.
one.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye. You too.
Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Wise, I'm still alive, y'all. Oh, here you go. I got the end.